Hi everyone, you're watching GGGaming Gone Mad. Good to be with you. Let's hope we come right this time after disaster last week, given our live streaming didn't work. Well, tonight we're going to be talking. Six Nations. We're going to be talking English Premier League, and looking forward to hopefully getting the show going in good time. And coming to us from Secunda Graceland Casino is Gary Lentin. Gary, how are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm all good, Brent. All good. Really having a great time here at Graceland. It's our first tournament of the year. And, excuse me, and just having you interrupt me at my dinner. But it's all good. How you been doing?
No, excellent. Very well, thanks. As I was saying to you just before the show, I didn't have a very successful Met. I didn't follow you there on Rainbow Bridge, Gary. I mean, that was a good selection. One nicely.
It won very nicely. Look, I think the favourite was unlucky, Brent? I thought not unlucky. I mean, social media will tell you that it got a really bad ride, you know.
Yes.
But that's part of racing, and that's why taking a horse that even money in a big race like that is looking for trouble. You know what I'm saying? At least there was value on Rainbow Bridge. I think he went off maybe even went up as big as 5-1 at the end, you know. But anyway, you'll learn your lessons and you'll start following me soon.
I should, yes. And the sad thing is I backed the favourite in the next race. I think it was Strathaven or something with the same jockey, and he used the same tactics.
Oh, yes, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
It was an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, so you're not in the best of form, right?
I'm not in the best of form. One guy I know who enjoyed the day a lot was Sean Nicholas. He, of course, had your VIP tickets, and he phoned me, I think, just before the last race, and I could hardly hear a word he was saying. He was slurring, and but I think he managed to get out of it in the last.
He came to my office for a meeting on Wednesday, and you're still slurring.
I can imagine. But Gary, a big sport coming up this week. But first, let's touch on the Master Punter competition. I know it's closed now. You've got platinum and gold entries. Which competition's got the most entries?
I think I stand to be corrected, but I think the platinum. I'm going to have a look now, Brent, while we're talking.
Right.
I'll be able to give you that answer exactly. Give me 1 second. They sent it to me while I was driving. No, more gold, eh?
More gold, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I ended up going for gold because I had such a disastrous weekend last time. I couldn't bring myself to go platinum.
Look, that's a good thing because you can move into the platinum next week when you get knocked out of the gold, right? It's called moving up.
Moving up, that's it. Well, we got lots of guys on the line, and the good news, Gary, unlike last week, they can actually see us. Last week, you and I were talking, no one could hear us, no one could see us. And it was quite a comedy having to give away the VIP tickets on that basis. But let's start off with one of the competitions, Gary. We'll start it at the beginning of the show because we'll give a few clues as we go along. I've got a picture of a rugby player. You know that rugby player is. He's on the thing. It's going to be up to the guys to guess that rugby player. Right. Now, you're going to give up a 2,000 voucher, but there's a couple of conditions. I mean, the guys can only be guessed once, and as we give clues, the voucher value will come down a bit.
Correct. So, and what we'll do is we're going to get one bet per person, and we'll give 2 minutes. As the 2 minutes closes, if nobody's had a bet, we'll then move on. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's open now. I've already set my timer. So if anybody has a guess now without any hints, they can have a go and try win the full 2,000 rand.
Right. Cool. Give them a couple of minutes. I'll keep my eye on that.
I mean, I'd have a go. How many rugby players are there in the world, or have ever played? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, couple of 100,000 perhaps.
You know, yeah.
I see that.
I mean, they don't even know what country the guy comes from, you know. My clues, we're going to take off 200 rand every time. So there's got to be 5 tough clues, you know what I'm saying, Brent?
Yes.
Okay, but I think I've got my first clue ready, you know what I'm saying? Which is going to be a very arbitrary one. So if you're going to have a go at the 1,800, you may as well have a go at the 2,000.
Yeah, we've had a couple of guys guess already. I can't tell you no one's got it yet.
Okay, are you going to tell the people who the guesses are? That makes it a little bit easier. Maybe we should do that.
What's that, Gary? Sorry?
Would you tell the people who the guesses are that are wrong?
Okay, so wrong so far, we've got Patrick Lambie, Eben Etzebeth, and James Small. Joel Stransky. I'm going to give a clue here which doesn't have 200 rand taken off, but just to tell you that the guys who win James Small are closer than the other guys. That's all I'm going to say. They're a little bit closer, the guys who win James Small, but it's not a very good clue, so we don't have to take 200 off for that.
That's the worst clue I've ever heard. I can't work out why I'm any closer. I swear, I would totally disregard what he's saying, right? No. He's talking complete nonsense. I swear.
We've even got Bowden Barrett coming up here. Lekanya I think we're going to have to reset the slate because I think virtually everyone's guessed.
It's over, right.
Couple of points, right. 2 minutes. First clue, Gary.
Okay. I'm going to say I'm going to give 2 clues here. He was a Springbok back.
Springbok back, Yeah.
You know, at least I got that right, because when you showed me the picture, I wasn't 100% sure where he played, you know. But yeah, Springbok back for 1,800 now.
Okay, excellent. Well, while the guys are doing that, Gary, let's move on to the Six Nations, because that, of course, takes place this week. And, I mean, you know, we've been watching this European rugby and that, but we're really getting into the real stuff now. We've got the Six Nations followed by Super Rugby. And I'm sure you've seen the betting turnover pick up on the rugby as well.
Yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? There's no doubt about it. Rugby is a popular betting sport in South Africa. I'll tell you something interesting now, Brent. We dealt with, I was speaking to somebody, I won't mention where they are, but they're the second biggest betting syndicate in the world, right? They work on a 0.5% margin. So they've got modules that click in and robots that kick in on all different sports, right? The one sport they don't do is rugby.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They don't do any rugby. Oh, meantime, that spring roll didn't look bad. See, this is the problem. We're sitting in the poker venue now, right? And they got all these great things, minis, hot dogs, minis, chicken sandwiches. Beautiful, right? But my brother's getting the needle because I'm eating every single one. And I promised him we'd go for spare ribs. So he doesn't know how I'm going to fit the spare ribs in, right? But I can promise you, I'll punish whatever they've got you and the spare ribs.
I'll tell you, you said something about a mini. I saw a mini walk past you just before the show as well.
How proud are those girls, eh? Mother and daughter combination. World class.
World class. We got a good few predictions coming in here. Brian Banner, Percy Montgomery, Ray Mort, Dani Gerber. Guys are going back a little bit in time as well.
Okay. I'm going to say this. The 1,600 is going to be a really big clue, right? So I would keep some of my ammunition dry. It's going to be a big clue. And if nobody gets it at the 1,600, the 1,400 is going to be almost a giveaway.
Okay, 100%. Well, we will get to the 1,600 now. Back to the Six Nations, Gary. We've got Ireland up against England. To me, the match of the weekend, because I think in many ways this might decide the Six Nations. Well, 11.5 Ireland, and it's come in a bit, I think.
Yeah, it has. I mean, the truth be told, Ireland, you know, they're second favourites for the World Cup. They're the team that everybody's talking about, beating the All Blacks and everything. They have done that before, so there's no reason why they can't do it again. England, I'm not sure that England haven't lost their way in the last 18 months, you know. Okay. I'm going to stop the timer there. That's up. Are there any more people there?
There's millions of predictions. No one's got it yet. The one thing I can say is I think we may have to scrap the rule about only one prediction, because I think everyone's predicted about 3 already.
Okay, so this is the rule. If you've had one, you can have another one, but you're only getting half. If somebody gets it with their first prediction, they get the full amount. If they get it with their second prediction, they get it half. Are you happy with that?
I like it.
It's been a great show this week, like a lotto. That's all we do. Now, I mean, last week I got so many people phone me to say that they've never seen you looking better on TV, eh, Brent?
Right.
Oh, that was a show where the cameras didn't work. Okay, that makes sense, you know? That makes sense.
Yes.
Right. The clue is, okay, if you can't get it now, you really shouldn't be doing. No, I'm not going to give it too big a clue. I'm going to say that he played for Northern Transvaal for his career.
Yes, that's a good clue. I think someone's going to get it on that, Gary.
Yeah, somebody will definitely get it.
I think someone will get it from that.
Yeah.
No, without a doubt. I'm just watching the live chat now. It comes through. It's delayed a few seconds. And Gary, just in terms,
I just want to clear something up, just to make sure in my mind, right?
Right.
I don't want to. Oki Oosthuizen did play for Northern Transvaal, didn't he?
Oki Oosthuizen was Transvaal, I think.
No, I know, man, and I'm not Oki Oosthuizen either.
But aren't you impressed? I knew that Oki Oosthuizen played for Transvaal.
Not bad. What position did Oki Oosthuizen play?
I can tell you that we've got our first guy, Edward Schlechter. Naas Boerta is the answer. I'll just bring up a quick picture of old Naas there, and there he is.
And let me ask you a question. How did James Small get closer to Naas Boerta than Joel Stransky?
Okay, because James Small... then Joel Stransky possibly not, but I thought James Small was older than some of the other players that were being called.
I think you misled us through
there. I did say it was a weak clue, Gary.
What's that?
I did say it was a weak
clue. Pretty bad. So remember once we did a show with Naas and I had to introduce him, right? And I did a really good I drew a pamphlet about him and everything. And in the pamphlet, I said his critics would say he couldn't do this. His critics would say he couldn't do that, right? And the one thing I said, his critics said that he couldn't tackle, right?
Yes.
But then I finished it off a few lines later, but his critics were jealous because he might have been the greatest fly half we've ever had. But when he read it, he never got that far down, right? As he saw all these things, what his critics said, he came to me and said, that's it, he's going home. He can't believe that I could insult him and humiliate him like this. I said, just stay 2 minutes and let me go through the whole thing with you, you know? But, I mean, for my money, he's the best kicker I mean, there'll be some great kickers since then, you know what I mean? Obviously, guys like Carter and Johnny Wilkinson, you know, but I think that he's the best kicker that we ever produced, you know? I mean, yeah, I mean, I watched most of my live rugby involved him, but I saw a lot of great kickers. I watched a lot of Gerald Bosch. I watched a lot of Robbie Blair, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the vet Russ, a lot of Yanni De Beer. But to me, Nash stood out as the best kicker of the lot. And he was a great runner. He had the best hands I've ever seen, you know what I'm saying? Other than Cindy Crawford. But he had the best hands for a rugby player, you know what I'm saying, Brent?
Did you ever hear about the time when he picked up a hitchhiker on the way to the stadium for a Currie Cup final?
I know it's coming, but it's a good story.
And he said, it's Gippie Nel, your centre.
Exactly. I remember. Very nice. Good story, you know.
Just want to mention, one of the guys on the line there, you told me, I must remind you, you want to give him a little bit of a voucher. It was old Catsmart.
Yes, Catsmart. I totally got him confused with somebody. I appreciate the fact that he's never said anything bad about me. I apologize. He's got R1,000 betting voucher. He needs to just phone in and have a free bet on anything. My humblest apologies. And the next time he's in Cape Town, I'm more than happy to go grab a breakfast or a lunch with him, whatever he likes, you know. It's just a total case of mistaken identity, and I apologize profusely.
No, excellent. He had no problems with it as well. So, Steve, I know you're watching because you also guessed Nice Punter just a little bit slow.
I'll tell you what I'll do with Steve. He likes rugby, right?
Yes.
I'll ask him an easy question to take the 1,000 to 1,500.
Okay, Steve, right? You're listening.
Just Steve, right?
Right.
Which Western province, and he's only got 5 seconds, so I can't Google it, right?
Right.
Which Western province, 8 man, knocked Nice Punter out at Loftus Versfeld?
Western province, 8th man. Hey, let's have a look. We'll see what he comes up with now while he's thinking about that. I knew the Western Province 8th man at the time. I just didn't picture him throwing a punch to knock him out.
I didn't say it was a punch. He flattened him with a late tackle.
He flattened him. Okay.
Knocked him clean out with a late tackle.
Then I think I know it. Was he the captain of Western Province?
He was, and of South Africa. I think he's 5 seconds up.
Yes. I'll see. But look, he's a little bit behind us in terms of time. Steve, are you going to get it? We'll give you another 3 seconds. Who was that? Okay. Anyone else? That's it. Just for fun. Did anyone else have a go? No, he got it. Mornay du Plessis.
Very good. So he's got 1,500, right?
1,500, Steve. Well done. Excellent.
So not only is he a nice guy, he's clever as well. Just what I needed in my life, you know? No, well done, Steve. I'm very happy. Brent, the truth is we've done how much of this stuff? We've done 12 of the 15 minutes. We haven't given a single hint. All we've done is run a competition. Maybe the last 3 minutes we just play bingo.
I think so. I think so. And I tell you what, I would like to run a quick competition for the boys now that that's finished. Tomorrow night's game, Gary, it's France versus Wales. Now, the first thing I noticed is you've done one of your price boosts on this. You're obviously looking to oppose France here. Let me pull up I think I've got here we go. Can you guys see that? Yeah. There's the France as Wales. Most bookmakers are 9 to 10. You 11 to 10 France.
Yeah, correct. So obviously you're going to lose your money on the draw. Should it be a draw? Look, I mean, I think it's a generous price, you know what I'm saying? My staff convinced me that France are always underachievers, but I'm not sure these are the type of games that they underachieve, you know what I'm saying? They underachieve against weaker opposition, to be perfectly honest with you, you know? My honest opinion, this is a pick'em game, and if you're getting 11 to 10 the home side, maybe, just maybe it's worth the wager, Brent. What do you think?
Excellent. Actually, look, I've seen the opinion in the Good for the Game forum is very divided. Early in the week, we had guys coming on supporting France, and subsequently, the sentiment is leaning towards Wales. I don't think the injury news was as bad as people expected. But I looked at this French side. I like the fact that Bastereau isn't there, for example. I think he's absolute ignorance in the backline. And I think this is a good French side. I think it's a pick-em game, quite right. So I think if you're getting 11 to 10 about one of the pairs, it's a pretty good one. And Peter Paul saying on the live chat, good odds, his money's on France. And if anything, I'd be going for a narrow home win here, Gary.
You know, I'll be honest with you. I think that, and if you're taking 11, I just want to ask you another question. Let me just digress. We used to do a show with Neil Andrews, right?
Yes.
And he always used to say, back France when they're the underdogs.
Yes.
So if they were 9 to 10 and now they the price boost to 11 to 10, are they the underdog, Brent?
Well, they are with GGGaming. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
What I want to do is I'll say, guys, let's just do the usual live chat one as well. You can predict the score in the game tomorrow, predict the winner and by how many points they win. The draw is also a runner. And the closest or the first one to get it right, we'll give a 500 Rand voucher to.
That's fair enough. I'd be very happy with that, you know.
So you guys can give your comments in there now. But Gary, plenty of other sport this weekend, and just to let the guys know, stay tuned for the handicap show. We're going to be talking rugby after this. But there's also Sydney Sevens. Any particular side you're looking to oppose here? If I was you, I'd be looking to lay the Blitzbox all the way.
Yeah, I think that the Blitzbox, they need some new blood, don't they, Brent? I think what they do, They're just doing a little bit of the same old. They've got a great record over the past few years, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, you always knew that New Zealand, although they had a bad season last season, you just know that New Zealand rugby, whether it's under 14C, whether it's a ladies' side, whether it's whoever it is, they're never going to keep producing bad results, right? Where you don't feel the same with us, you know what I'm saying? And,
Yes.
I mean, they're trying like anything. I mean, you look at Werner Koch. I've never seen a bigger try in my life. If I tried like that when I was in matric, I would have got 9 distinctions and I only wrote 6 subjects, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
He's such a trier, but they're a really big trying side. But I don't know, maybe South Africa, they're missing. Maybe that Sonata, that absolute boost of... yeah, I've got, I don't know, famous punter, Lam. I don't know if people know Lam. He's guys sitting there sending a message to all his friends. They must put whatever they've got on France, you know.
They must put whatever they've got on France.
But I'm not sure that, I don't think that they got the pace that you need in this game to tear away from sides.
That's what they're missing, Gary. That's what they're missing. Werner Koch would make any side. He's a hard worker. He does his job. But the problem is we don't have the game breakers.
Exactly.
The Knightlers and that are there in the past. We're good hard. You can't query the guys' endeavour, as you say. No, we're trying hard, but we actually just don't have the players. And that's why, because of that, if we were just off form, I would say, you know, be careful of the blitzball. I'm saying they don't have the squad at the moment.
They don't.
Be looking to
there's so many sides, whether it be Fiji or even England to a point, and New Zealand, if they get a turnover near their own line, right, you just know they're going to run away and score a try, right? Whereas with the blitzbooker, you know that there's going to be a lot of passing and interchanging and everything, but you just feel that eventually somebody's going to get caught and they're going to not get the try that they should have got, you know? So for my money, that's the problem. You know, there's no real, like you say, game breaker, extreme pace, whatever the story, whatever you want to call it. But, you know, they have a good record there over the years, and I'm sure that they'll get a try.
Excellent.
I don't think they'll get a try this week, though.
No, I don't. In fact, I'll be looking to back Australia when they play against South Africa. It's not one of the first matches, but Australia are defending champions in Sydney, and I think they're going to be fired up. They actually pushed Fiji quite close a week ago.
They're not a bad side. They're not a bad side at all.
They're not a bad side. At home, they might give them a run. And, looking just slightly further afield, Gary, the Super Rugby, of course, coming up. And I see you were true to your word. You priced up on the match bets.
Yeah.
To be honest, I haven't had a chance to have a look at it yet. But what sort of interest are you getting from the punters? The guys going for it?
A lot, because there are a lot of them. So what happened, we came out first. I'm not being a brass, but we did. And it was followed a few days later by Tab New Zealand. And then it came a few of the other local bookmakers. And there are a few that we were out 5 or 6 points. And obviously, we adjusted, not to be exactly in line with them, but from a percentage point of view, you don't want to be more than 2 points out. Otherwise, you might as well just suspend your thing as a bookmaker and become a punter. So obviously, those that where we were out, we've laid a lot of them, Brent. And the people will see what's shortened, but that doesn't mean it's going to win. At the end of the day, there's a lot of guesswork that's going into this now. You know what I mean? We're not sure what sides the teams are going to be putting out, but a lot of money comes for the Sunwolves against the Sharks.
Really? I know we've got some punters who are very heavily in favour of the Sharks, certainly for the season. And
really,
I'd like to ask the guys on the live chat if they had to ask you for a stretch on one of the match bets, whichever match bet that would be, where would they like to see a little bit of a stretch? For example, you've got, I think the Chiefs are say 6-10 to beat the Lions, 12-10 over the season.
I'll stretch the Lions. Anybody that's on good for the game and they want a 1 point stretch on the Lions tomorrow, right? But I don't want to get too involved, so no more than 250,000 rand, right?
Right.
That's the biggest bet I lay on. Only lay it to 10 punters, right? Because for my money, the Lions are, like we discussed it last week. I'll be surprised if they get anywhere near the top of the South African conference. Anybody want to stretch on the Lions to do anything? All they got to do tomorrow is phone up, speak to Dave, say they heard the show, and we'll give them a stretch on anything that they want.
100%. Was Steve Reed on the live chat here? He says you must stick his 1,500 rand on France at 11-10.
Okay. Will you send that message through to Kerry?
Hey?
Will you send that through to Kerry?
Kerry, and he says if it wins, you must donate it to hospice or SPCA.
Tell him he's a great guy. I hope we lose our money. I'll tell you what I'll do. Even if it loses, I'll still give 1650 myself. So one way or another, hospice is going to win. It's just a question of whether he's a good punter or not.
Good stuff. Thanks, Gary. That's excellent news. And anything else on the weekend catch your eye? I mean, there's a Super Bowl. Have you got prices on that?
We have, and we've got specials that if your team gets beaten, I think we're giving you back half your money in a free bet. Right. So we got a lot of specials.
It's a choice game, that, eh? It's a bit of a
complete pick'em game. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I'm going back to Cape Town tomorrow. I'm at Graceland now for, like I said, our first poker series of the year. And it's quite incredible. We've got a turnout of 14,000 players in Graceland. Oh, no, sorry, it's 14 players. No, at the high roller tonight, and we got 3 or 4 tables going.
Is Matt dealing? Is my dealer Matt dealing?
Yes, he is. Where is he?
You must ask him. You got to ask his opinion of me as a poker player, hey?
Yeah, here he comes. I'm going to ask him if he recognizes you because you say that you're a big poker player. Let's see.
Yeah.
Hold on. He's picking his teeth. He's been eating the same crumb chicken as me. Come around here. I want to see if you recognize this guy and if you think he can play. Come around here. Come here, Matt. Can come through here. This guy says that he once tournament directed something for him and he's the best player you've ever seen, right? Did you recognize him?
I did.
You do?
I'm going to see you Wednesday night, Matt.
Hold on, he doesn't know your name yet. Yeah, he got it right, Brent. So you're actually well known in the poker circle.
Excellent.
Hi, Brent.
So there's Matt.
Are you Matt? And tell Gary I got a 100% record, eh?
Yeah, what, you got 100% record with Matt? Every time he's there, you get knocked out.
Something like that.
Matt's doing the hard work. I'm just here socializing. So that's the story. I know that this week we haven't given a tremendous amount of tips, but I think it's been a fun show, Brent? And the tips will come in your next show. And next week we're going to have Justin on for the first time, making his debut, you know. And let's see what he's quite opinionated. He's a smart guy. I would listen to what he says and then take it with a pinch of salt, but don't tell him I said that. So, yeah, let's see what comes out. And hopefully the guys find a few winners, Brent?
Excellent. Yeah, I hope so. And when does your poker tournament end, Gary?
It ends on Sunday.
Excellent. Well, enjoy your weekend.
Thank you. You too.
Great catching up with you. And go and enjoy the rest of your meal.
Well, yeah, the first one I'm going to go have ribs for dessert.
Ribs for dessert. Excellent. Yeah. Thanks very much, Gary. Thanks for joining up with us there.
Thanks, and thanks for the donation there, Steve. We really appreciate that.
Excellent. And thanks to all the guys watching. It's been great. Remember, guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, you can subscribe at the bottom of the video. And, yeah, stay tuned. At 9 o'clock, we'll have the handicap. We're going to start talking some Super Rugby betting. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Gary. We'll see you guys next week.
Cheers, Brent. Thank you.
Cheers. Bye.